Most loved versus most hated Batman actors. Some Batman actors became legends. Others nearly ruined Gotham's protector forever. From rubber-nippled batsuits to brooding, world-weary vigilantes, The Dark Knight has seen it all on the big screen. Today, we're ranking the most loved and most hated Batman actors, the ones fans can't get enough of, and the ones they'd rather forget. By the end, you'll see why Batman casting always sparks debate, and why it's not just about who plays him best, but which Batman fans truly want to see. George Clooney, the most hated Batman. When fans talk about the worst Batman ever, George Clooney's name tops the list. In 1997's Batman and Robin, what should have been a summer blockbuster turned into a disaster. Clooney's Batman lacked the darkness and depth the character is known for, replaced instead with cheesy jokes, ice puns, and the infamous bat suit with rubber nipples. The movie leaned so hard into camp that it felt more like a toy commercial than a superhero film. Clooney's performance didn't help. His Bruce Wayne came off more like a charming TV doctor than Gotham's brooding defender. Fans and critics slammed the film, and even Clooney later admitted he ruined Batman, joking about refunding ticket buyers. The backlash was so strong that Warner Brothers shelved the franchise for nearly a decade until Christopher Nolan revived it with Batman Begins. Clooney's Batman remains a cautionary tale, proof that one misstep can nearly sink a cultural icon. Christian Bale, the most loved Batman. If George Clooney nearly killed Batman, Christian Bale resurrected him. When Christopher Nolan rebooted the franchise in the early 2000s, Batman was a punchline. But 2005's Batman Begins changed everything. From his first scene, Bale proved this wasn't the campy hero of the past. His Bruce Wayne was haunted, angry, and searching for purpose. A man, not just a symbol. Bale nailed the duality: billionaire playboy by day, relentless vigilante by night. His performance truly shined in The Dark Knight. While Heath Ledger's Joker stole the spotlight, Bale's Batman was the film's emotional core, wrestling with morality, sacrifice, and the burden of protecting a broken city. He made Batman feel real, and it wasn't just one film. Across the trilogy, Bale's arc gave Bruce Wayne something rare in superhero stories: closure. By The Dark Knight Rises, he had suffered, sacrificed, and finally found peace. A complete journey that set a new standard for comic book films. To this day, every new Batman is measured against Bale. He didn't just play the role, he redefined it. For many, Christian Bale isn't just a Batman, he is Batman.
Tell me where the trigger is. Then you have my permission to die.
Val Kilmer, the forgotten Batman. Before George Clooney's infamous flop, Val Kilmer quietly stepped into the cape and cowl in 1995's Batman Forever. It was a turning point for the franchise. Tim Burton was out, Joel Schumacher was in, and the tone shifted from dark and gothic to bright, flashy, and family-friendly. The result was a film that couldn't quite decide what it wanted to be. Too goofy for fans of Burton's style, yet not fun enough to fully embrace its camp. Kilmer found himself caught in that tonal confusion. On paper, he had the right ingredients: strong jawline, brooding presence, and rising star power. But his performance landed somewhere in the middle. Not bad, just uninspired. His Bruce Wayne felt stiff and emotionless, and his Batman lacked the intensity or inner conflict that made the character compelling. He wasn't the worst, but he left little impression. Kilmer's version felt like a temporary stand-in, and that's exactly how he's remembered. Not as a disaster, not as a triumph, but as the Batman people forget. He didn't ruin the franchise, but he didn't save it either. Strangely enough, his most notable legacy may be tied to what came next. Because after Batman Forever, the next actor to wear the cape would become one of the most divisive. And then, years later, a surprising fan favorite, Michael Keaton.
How about Mr. E?
Mystery.
And another name for mystery?
Enigma.
Mr. Enigma.
Michael Keaton, the beloved return of Batman. When Michael Keaton was cast as Batman in 1989, fans were furious. Known for comedies like Beetlejuice, he seemed like a bizarre choice for the brooding Dark Knight. Audiences expected a tough, action-ready actor, not a quirky performer with zero superhero credentials. But that skepticism didn't last long. Once Batman hit theaters, Keaton silenced the critics. His Batman was intense, mysterious, and genuinely intimidating. He wasn't cracking jokes, he was a shadow, a presence criminals feared. And his Bruce Wayne wasn't just a rich playboy, he was awkward, haunted, and emotionally distant. A man truly shaped by trauma. Keaton brought a strange, magnetic energy to the role, and it worked. With Batman, 1989, and Batman Returns, 1992, Keaton helped transform superhero films into something darker and more cinematic. He proved these stories could be stylish, serious, and successful, paving the way for the gritty versions that followed, from Bale to Pattinson. Years later, his return in The Flash, 2023, was met with excitement, not just for nostalgia, but out of genuine respect. Keaton's Batman had endured, a testament to how much he redefined the role. For many, Keaton is more than just a great Batman. He's the one who turned doubt into triumph and became a legend in the process. But while Keaton was once doubted and ultimately embraced, the next Batman would face a backlash unlike any before, and enter one of the most polarizing chapters in the character's history. Ben Affleck, the divisive Batman. When Ben Affleck was announced as Batman in 2013, the internet exploded, mostly with ridicule. Batfleck became a meme. Fans couldn't picture the rom-com star and action flop actor as Gotham's dark protector. Skepticism quickly turned to outrage. Then Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016 arrived, and Affleck's Batman was unlike anything before. Older, brutal, and world-weary, this Batman had crossed lines earlier versions wouldn't touch. Some fans embraced his raw intensity and menace, others recoiled, questioning if he was right for the role. Critics were divided. Affleck's physicality and menace were praised, but the films suffered from overstuffed plots and uneven pacing. Fans debated fiercely. Was he a perfect, grizzled Batman or a casting mistake dragging the franchise down? Affleck himself struggled with the role, stepping away after Justice League. Yet his Batman left a lasting mark, darker and more intimidating, forcing audiences to rethink what Batman could be. Some fans have come to appreciate this version, while others still reject it. Affleck's run proved one thing: Batman casting can divide like nothing else. Love him or hate him, Batfleck challenged the character's image as a symbol of justice, fear, and power, not just a comic book hero. And while Affleck split opinion, the next Batman would arrive ready to win nearly everyone over. Robert Pattinson, the new fan favorite. When Robert Pattinson was announced as Batman in The Batman, 2022, reactions were mixed at best. Many scoffed, memes flooded the internet, critics doubted, and fans were skeptical. Pattinson's brooding vampire image didn't seem to fit Gotham's Dark Knight. But when the film premiered, everything changed. Pattinson delivered a fresh, immersive take few expected. His Batman was young, raw, and still learning his role as vigilante. Gone were flashy gadgets and spectacle. Matt Reeves' Gotham needed a detective. Relentless, brooding, obsessive. Pattinson nailed it. His Bruce Wayne was tortured, but not the billionaire genius or tragic figure of past versions. Pattinson's Wayne was haunted, messy, and vulnerable. Fierce, yet fragile. As Batman, he combined menace with empathy, fully convincing audiences. Critics and fans praised this reinvention, many placing Pattinson alongside Bale and Keaton as Batman who didn't just play the role, they redefined it. His performance reminded us that Batman evolves with every actor, vision, and story. While Clooney remains a cautionary tale and Affleck a divisive figure, Pattinson proved that even in a franchise of legends, a new Batman can rise, win hearts, and reshape the myth. So when we ask who the best or worst Batman is, there's no simple answer. But one thing's clear. Every actor, loved or hated, left a lasting mark on Gotham. One fans will debate for decades,